everyone, and welcome to another episode of Voices of Hult. Today, I'm super happy because we have our very best team here of our Hult Prize Campus competition winners. Of course, we're going to dip a little bit better into this introduction, but I'm going to go ahead and pass the torch to our amazing co-host of today, Carlina. Carlina, hello.
Hello, how are you guys?
Pretty good,
Good,
pretty
and
good.
you?
It's pretty amazing to have you here, and let's start talking about your startup that is about college application. And should you start introducing yourself? Feel free to do it.
Okay, sure. Well, nice to meet you guys. For the ones who are watching and don't know me, my name is Rafaela, and I'm from Brazil originally. I'm here at Hult studying, taking my BBA. My major is business analytics, and I'm the COO of Undergraduation.
So, hi everyone, I'm Agrim and I'm the founder of Undergraduation. I'm doing my BBA here as well, doing a double major in marketing and entrepreneurship, and I'm originally from India.
So let's kick things off. Let's start about talking about your startup idea. What is undergraduation.com? Can you give us a briefly description about it?
Okay, so our catchy sentence in simple words, Undergraduation is a peer-to-peer college guidance platform. So saying a little bit undergraduation for dummies, we basically have mentors across all of the US colleges, helping high schoolers who want to apply to a certain college in everything that they need, from things from essay tips to extracurriculars, or I don't know how to build a CV, everything that they need. So using an example here, imagine that Agrim is a high schooler and I'm a college student here in Hult. Agrim wants to come to Hult, but he is lost. It's the first time that he's applying to a college, or even if he's an international student, it's the first time that he's applying to the US. So, and it's very different, a very complex process. So Agrim can go into undergraduation. He can find me there since I'm going to Hult. He can book a session with me and now go over everything that he needs for his application, for a successful application with him, and the amount of sessions that he needs to. So yeah, that's basically it.
Perfect. So, example student stool to help in the application process. It's already available, so you can look it up if you want to have more information. But of course, we are always diving into what happened, how did this idea grow? Because obviously, when it's already made, sounds super cool. But I know, as we all know, especially coming from students from a business school, is that it takes time and effort and teamwork. So if you could please let us into the details of how undergraduation.com was born.
So, it originally started in India last year in summer. So, it's been about 1 year and 4 or 5 months since we've been working in this. So, the initial idea came from when I was applying to college. I had a very tough time. Eventually, I got here, and subsequent year, a lot of my juniors started contacting me. They were like, we are applying to US colleges, we need help. And I mean, I started kind of connecting them to a few friends of mine, seeing what it could really do for them. And a lot of them ended up actually getting admissions to great colleges by just having a peer to help them out from the same college. Not just that, they were able to settle more quickly, and also they could navigate college much more easier than a lot of other people could. So that is when the idea struck me, and initially when we launched in India, it was a very different model. We've pivoted over I think 4 times now. So right now it's more like a marketplace, where earlier what we used to do is, it was more like you just come to us, you tell us what colleges you're applying to, we will find you a mentor and then we'll connect you with them. Now it's the other way around. So it's more like a marketplace. You can go search for specific colleges or specific mentors, and then you can find the one which aligns with, let's say, your majors. Like, all the information is out there. So you can just check them and book a session with them now.
Oh,
Wow.
it's fascinating. Know how to your personal experience or into solutions for many other people that are struggling with the same thing.
Exactly. And I think um, me personally, I think all of us as international students, we share the exact same struggles with having to apply to a college in a system that you're not like into, and to stuff that you don't know, like SATs, for example, that maybe you were introduced when applying to colleges in the States. So having this kind of help and now making more like a marketplace, so very customizable for whoever wants to go under graduation, it's amazing. I think just going in and finding people that can actually help you and to get to like know a little bit of who are you going to talk to. If I really want to talk to this person, oh, she's from the exact place I am, or as an international student, they've gone through the same experiences I've gone through, maybe visa stuff. It's like understandable that this application process is super hard for everyone, including for Americans that are applying in the States, but especially for us as international students and you guys creating this community. It's remarkable, actually.
Totally.
Yeah.
So moving on, I'm really curious to know about what key strategy did you use in your platform to make it like have more recognition and somehow like achieve success?
So I think, as Agram already said, the start point was the experience that he had helping students seeing that it could actually be done, and in a much easier way if you were also a college student who had just gone through the same process. But I think that the key point for us was, of course, when we participated in Hult Prize and when we won the first campus round, because I think that I was not there since the beginning, so for the first round, but I believe that it was full of learnings, as it was for us for the second round. But it also was really good for us to get a lot of recognition, not only on campus, from the faculty, from the students, but also outside. And since we went to the second round and then we stayed here, we learned a lot. We worked very hard. We discovered even more opportunities here in Boston outside. We were able to sketch different plans, brainstorm different ideas that we are working till now. So it was a very good experience and a very good phase of this year for undergraduation.com.
Yes, like I bet like winning the internal competition, the whole prize is like it's not a small feat. So you got it, guys.
Yeah, exactly. And the networking there was also amazing. Not only the students that we met from all over the world, but also the judges. They were super nice. They were super open. Even if we had the time to pitch and everything, we were not able to talk too much to them there. But after when we had the networking sessions, it was really, really good to have really great talks and also receive some advices from very good judges.
So fun fact, this was the 15th year of Hult Prize. So for the past 14 years, it's been the masters which were winning every single year on campus. We were the first undergraduate team to win the on-campus round.
You have been really proud about yourself about that.
Yeah, I think I'm proud of them too because I'm part of the undergraduate buddy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're all proud and showing that we're capable too. Maybe less experienced, but that doesn't mean that we're less smart or less capable of starting a successful business. So congratulations, guys, on that. And for sure, a shout out from all the undergraduate community. It's funny, undergraduation won as the first undergraduate team. So that's great. Now, focusing again on undergraduation and how it works, can you tell us a little bit about who's your primary target? Like, how does it work and how the platform meet those needs of that primary target?
So the primary target consumer of our product is the high school students. However, what we're also building is we're building for counselors, parents, and high schools as well. If I have to talk to you about the customer, it's three. One, parents. Second, high schools. And third is the government directly. So let me help you break it. Let me break it down for you. So as of now, we give one-on-one mentorship sessions, but they're not just given directly to students. It's also provided to them through their schools. So we try and partner up with governments, specifically in the New England area, and we try to provide it as a free service to students when the government pays for it. Similarly, we are trying to do the same model with schools directly, be it private or public. So at the end of the day, students don't have to actually pay for this session, because what we are really focused towards is creating access in this whole ecosystem. Number two, what we feel is there's a problem with counselors. So the national average ratio of counselors to students in America in a public institution is 470 students to one guidance counselor. And as soon as that number goes beyond like 20, 25, it's very difficult for a guidance counselor to actually manage their students, because they have to like do a lot of stuff. They have to write them recommendation letters. They have to help them with their college essays. They have to help them make a college list. It's not humanly possible to do that for like 470 students. So what we are also trying in doing is building products for them to kind of help them out with the whole process, because those are the people, if they work more efficiently and they have more time on their plate, the results of the school as a whole can benefit from them. At the same time, what we recently did was we launched a free AI model. So it's 100% free college counseling assistant. So you can go to the assistant and you can ask it anything you want regarding college applications. It can build you college lists, it can find you scholarships, it can write college essays, all of that stuff. And what we are doing is we are giving it completely for free to students, because again, we're focused towards access. So what we really want to do is get this out in the hands of students to test it out, because when we initially launched this, I tested it out with a bunch of American students here who actually did not go to college. And I asked them, why were you not able to navigate college? Why didn't you go to college? The major answer they gave was that I was in a public school system, and there was a big queue to even meet the college guidance counselor. Second, even if I did that, she didn't even know my name. So it was very hard for me to, like, in let's say 30, 40 minutes, whatever I get with her, to get my point across and get guidance. So a lot of them were like, if I had this when I was applying, I might have navigated college, and I might be in a college now. So again, really focused towards access.
I have a quick question. Does the AI option that you offer also help the counselors like in improving and making their work more efficient?
So as of now, it does, because a lot of questions which students can directly ask to counselors. For example, let's say I have a very basic question that are there, let's say, scholarships available at our business school. A lot of people, what they end up doing is going to a counselor, taking that time, wherein they can also save time, and the students can directly ask the question to the AI. Similarly, what we're working on is creating a model for the counselors. So let's say you're a counselor at Boston Latin Academy. You would have information of all your students. So when I used to typically go to my high school guidance counselor, the first 15 minutes were dedicated to talking about what we discussed last time. She used to pull up some notes she had on my application, and we used to discuss what we are going to talk about this time. So once the counselor AI is out, it'll make it super easy for them, because all the search history these students of the specific counselor are doing on the AI, it's simplified and provided to these counselors in a much simplified manner. So like, if let's say I go to my counselor, the counselor can simply type in that where is Agrim on his college application, and it'll give them all the information.
Oh, that's great. I really like the flexibility for both, like students who doesn't have like the transition in between B2G and B2C and B2G. Like all the students will have the opportunity to have access to a counselor, and right now it's like also counselors will have a more simplified work.
I
Yeah.
feel very passionate and connected with all the projects that are not only based on profitable, but are also based on a mission. And you guys have shown with the shifts of your markets and everything that you've said that you are looking for that approach. You have a mission and a vision of what undergraduation that comes for, and a social cause for it, which is definitely applaudable. And like, congrats to you guys, because I think that when you create a business based on passion and on something that you actually believe in, it's not about, oh, I'll make a lot of money based on this. It is about, I help people based on this. And I know that there's a breach in the market and I'm covering it, not just because, money comes in, but because I have a vision to it and I actually think it's possible, which is amazing. I believe that when you actually believe in a project, and you guys have shown that that's totally true, when you believe in a project, you put effort and you put your heart into it, you're definitely going to be successful. And that's where undergraduation that comes reaching.
Thanks. It's actually very nice. Of course, we are aware everybody in a business school or that's going wants to have a business someday. We are totally aware that a business at some point has to be profitable for us to keep working on our mission. but I think it's really nice this focus on the B2G and B2C, because then, as Agrim said, like focusing on public schools, for example, most of the students wouldn't have like the money to pay. That's why we focus on B2B and B2C, because then we can provide these resources for students for free. And that's very nice, and it's like where our mission is really in, you know?
It's about helping. I really like that. And of course, to create this amazing project that it's definitely comes from passion and heart, you need a great team. So I know you two are part of the team, as you mentioned before, but if you could please run us through the other members that are not here, but they're here in spirit.
Surely. So, as I think most of the startups start, it's mostly like a single guy. I was lucky enough to have one of my friends, Arjun. So, as I started back in India, that time it was, I think, May, and we just had a summer break. So, I just went to India. I had this idea, and I was like, Arjun, I need your help. And it was not even like it wasn't even like a business. It was just like me trying to test out something if it works out. As we moved ahead in this, we saw that there's a lot of potential. The market is huge, and there's a dire need for it. Like I'm originally from India, as I mentioned, and what I thought was that the gap only exists in the Indian market or like outside markets. But when I actually studied the US market, I saw there are huge gaps here, even bigger than the Indian markets, I'd say. And so I came back to the US, and I saw the potential here. And then I talked to one of my other friends, Spencer, and we all three were on board then. Then we participated in Hult Prize, and 2 people joined in. Recently, we also after that, Hult Prize happened, and then we onboarded Rafa. Actually, there's a very interesting story if you want to share.
Yeah, sure. So, a little before summer, like classes were over and summer was about to start, I was here, everything. Spencer had called me for a meeting with Agrim and him, and I didn't even know that it was an interview. I was going to be interviewed, but I had no idea. I thought it was something like feedback, whatever, because it was in their pitch for Hult Prize. Okay, I went to the meeting. It was an interview. I was like, okay. And then some days after that, they told me that I was like invited to join the team, but like only to help, not mainly for Hult Prize. So I was prepared to go home. And then some days, like the week before, the week or 2 weeks before we were supposed to go home, Agrim texted me in the day to like register for Hult Prize, and he was like, Rafa, this is like a really serious decision. I need to know your position on that. Would you be able to stay for Hult Prize? And I need your answer today. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have to talk to my parents. I have to find a place to stay because I didn't have one. I have to figure everything out. But then, since I was already in the team, I really identified with the mission, because I also went through that as an international student applying to a US college. It was really hard for me. Thank God, like Hult has their advisor, so it was kind of a help. But anyways, like it's a totally different process from Brazil. So I was really like, I really believe on what I'm working. So yeah, I was like, yeah, I have to stay. This is like a unique opportunity. So I figured everything out. I made a list of like apartments that I could stay. And yeah, that was it. I gave him a yes. And then I stayed for Hult Prize, and it was like an amazing summer.
I was honestly not expecting a yes that day, like same day. That's incredible. So yeah, Rafa came on board, and then we recently onboarded Sophie. So as of now, we're a 5-member team. Me, Arjun, Spencer, Rafa, Sophie. That's the core team. We have about 120 mentors as of now from 88 different
Wow.
universities. And we have some people outsourced for like social media and management, all of that stuff.
Wow, that's amazing. Of course, the great team to build a great project.
Yes, I'm really excited for you that you get to be part of this team. Also, wrapping up, I wanted to know like which are the upcoming projects that you have as a religion that come to make your platform like growth.
So very nice what Agrim mentioned some minutes ago. We just launched our new AI. It's coming to be like an easy source, an easy way for high schoolers to find resources for their application. If they do not want to take a session yet with one of our mentors, our AI mentor is there for them. And we have also been working on some other new product lines with our team. We are putting a lot of effort on that, and we will have some updates soon for you guys. If you want to stay tuned on what we have been doing, by the way, we do have a newsletter which we post bi-weekly in Agram's LinkedIn. So yeah, subscribe.
Subscribe to the newsletter, guys, to learn about undergraduation.com and a little more in their updates. But I think definitely that's great because the AI opens for a lot of what future business look like. So a lot of people think that you start applying maybe in the US, if you're staying in the US, you start applying in your senior year or at the end of your junior year. But as international students, at least me, I started on my sophomore year. And starting, you talk to maybe, I don't know, my like college advisor back home, and they were like, well, you still have like 3 more years to go. Why are you starting now? So maybe having that AI, it's perfect because a lot of people don't understand why you're starting so early. But for an international student, you still have a lot of questions and a lot of ground to cover. And for that basic ground, AI is perfect. You're still not on that application process. You still don't know even what questions to ask. So you can't schedule a session yet, but you know exactly what to say. Where do I start? And I guess the AI just gives you a few tips of you should start here and then schedule a session with us and move on with that process. Yes. So my favorite part of the show has started, and even we've learned about this amazing story, and I love this, guys. But we also have a surprise for you, and instead, at the end of every episode, we do a dynamic, and it's that we will ask you the question of our last interviewee, and you have to answer, each of you, and then you'll have the chance to pop a question for our next person that's going to be here on the show, on our podcast.
Interesting. Okay.
Ready? Okay. Yep. Carolina, do the honors.
Here we go. Get ready. If you could travel anywhere, where will you travel and who with?
Okay, me first?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I have a huge list of places I want to go to. That's like a life goal for me. Go to as many places as I can, get to know as many cultures as I can. So yeah. But I would say that like top of my list is Italy. I definitely want to go there. Like just go there to a little village, try good food, drink good drinks, wine, everything. I really want to go to Italy. And I would probably take my family with me.
I can totally relate with you. I'm dying also to go back there, Europe, Italy. Yeah. What about you, Adrian?
I think I'd probably go to Corsica. Like I've already been there, but last time I went there, I was with friends. I really want to go there with family once because like I think that's a good place to hang out with my family, and also like a good place for like it's a lot of people go and retire there. So like I want to show my parents like how retirement feels like.
Fair enough. It's really cool.
That. Love that. Okay, now guys. Would you tell us your question for the next person that comes into this spotlight?
Okay, I do have a question. If you could time travel, would you go to the past or to the future? And why?
Wow. Okay, that's good. I like it. Spicy. It's gonna get people thinking a lot.
Yeah.
I don't really know my answer to this. I don't know if I'd go to the future or the past.
It's a hard question.
To the future, I guess.
You'd go to the future?
Yeah, I will go to the future for sure.
Why?
I don't know. I don't want to stick in the past. Like the past is past, and I don't want to know anything.
But don't you wish like going to the past, fixing something is coming back?
No, I don't think so. Like.
Okay.
I already done. Like maybe to the future, I want to know what is happening there. Maybe what I will be doing there.
What year?
2050. Around.
2050.
Yeah.
Okay.
Near future.
Yeah.
Yeah, near future. I think we'd all be wearing masks and stuff because of climate change, but that's for another day. Well, guys, thank you very much for joining here. This was amazing, and as undergraduates, both me and Carolina, especially me, I feel honored of having you guys here. And I think you represent what the Hult Spirit's about, you know, passion about business and about social causes as well. So we wish you the very best luck. And we're always here to watch for the new upcoming updates on Undergraduation. Remember to subscribe to the newsletter and also drop us a like here. And thank you for being part of another episode of Voices of Hult.
Thanks for
Thank you,
having us.
guys.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.